All right, good morning. I want to show you my room here at the Bahia Principe Luxury Ambar. This is a 5-star property. It is all-inclusive, as most hotels and resorts in Punta Cana are, and it is adults only, which is certainly my preference. The coolest thing about this property, though, is what I'm going to show you right now, and that is the swim-up suite. So if you like your pool action to be really close to the room, if you want to be in the water as much as possible, maybe you like the calming effects of the water, maybe you just want more of like an intimate pool experience, I introduce to you the swim up suite. And I got this for the channel, for us. These are usually not my favorite. They kind of are community based. They're not as private as I'd like. As you can see, you got your neighbors right here and right here. They are certainly not as private as the ones at Secrets, although the ones at Secrets are 3 times more expensive. And they're a little loud. You have your neighbors out here in the morning and in the evening. In fact, I opened up my door this morning, my sliding door. I opened it up, opened up the blinds, and there are my neighbors right there looking in at me. You know, thank goodness I had a robe on and was dressed. But these are not my favorite suites, the swim-up suites, for the reasons I just talked about, but I got it for the channel. I like to keep my content as fresh as possible, as fun as possible, and diverse as possible. And that means booking different types of rooms and finding new drinks and new foods and doing new stuff. And unfortunately, that is all you're going to see of this room and of this property, because I just can't do this trip. I'm tapping out. I am hitting the abort button, and I am pulling that ejection seat ripcord. I'm here, I mean, my hotels are paid for and my flight is pretty finite, but at least for now I'm taking a sabbatical. I'm hoping it's only going to be this hotel, but the way that my brain and my heart and my body and just my health is speaking to me, it's going to be at least 4 or 5 days, which really sucks, because this hotel is nice. I feel the universe could be telling me something, because this hotel is dead center in the middle of my trip. I did 4 hotels before this. I have 4 hotels after. Maybe I'm hitting the spot in the trip at the perfect time where I need some rejuvenation. I need to recharge my batteries and refresh. And also, this is probably the most underwhelming hotel I've been to thus far. It is 5-star, it is luxurious, but I've only been here for a day. But the walls are paper thin. I can hear my neighbors to the right, hear my neighbors to the left. The glass on the door right out here is not insulated. I can hear who's ever in the pool. The door is not insulated at all, so I can hear my housekeepers in the morning, their personal conversations. There's only one pool. I'm used to hotels like this having multiple pools with different personalities and different vibes. So maybe, just maybe, the stars are aligning and I'm supposed to take this time off, and this is the hotel to do it in. But I do have a really hard time turning off the camera, especially at hotels. This is what got me into trouble at work, by the way, in my profession, is not being able to turn it off. Just answering calls, emails, being a sled dog, being a Labrador, all the time, 24/7, 365, and you get burned out. And going through a little bit of that right now. So I think this is going to be a nice, healthy exercise for me to be at an international hotel in a Caribbean destination, 5-star, and turning the camera off, at least not shooting the hotel. Maybe I'll make a couple of travel diaries entries if I get around to it, but just taking some personal time. I'm good at like getting to like a courtyard. I don't really stay at courtyards much anymore, but if I stay at a lesser hotel and don't turn on the camera, that's easier for me, but it's really hard for me not to turn on the camera at a nice place, because I just want to share it. That's why I do this, because I want to share my passion for travel, my love for travel, my knowledge of travel, and that's so you can travel better and travel smarter. But yeah, I need to turn off the camera on this one and relax. I really made a couple mistakes. Number one is booking the Hard Rock and Rue Republica, arguably the 2 biggest party hotels, back to back, 8 days straight. I had no idea that Rue Republica was going to be the it party hotel. They certainly did not advertise it as such. I mean, Hard Rock is pretty much known as the party hotel, but it is a wholesome party hotel. Grandma and grandpa can come, the kids can come. Rue Republica is 21 up, no kids. The main demographic I'd say is 21 to 40, maybe 21 to 45, and it is in your face party action. I will absolutely go back to Rio Republica. I loved it there. The hotel for $99 a night got a 5 rating from me. Amazing. Probably the best value hotel I've ever been to. And from an experience memory standpoint, it's one of the best hotels I've ever been to, period. Now I know what to expect. Now I know the energy levels I have to bring and where I need to place the hotel in my trip at the end of it. So I made a mistake booking the Hard Rock and Rio consecutively, but I also made a big mental mistake going into these all-inclusives. And I don't hate all-inclusives anymore. I don't love them. And I've talked about why I don't love them. And I'll probably make a video on why I don't hate them anymore. They're growing on me ever so slightly. There are definitely some benefits, but I really need to check my mental mindset going into them. There's a couple ways you can look at it. Number one is you pay your money up front. That's a sunk cost. A sunk cost is a business term, specifically in economics, where it's money that you pay and it's never coming back no matter what you do. Okay, and that's true at an all-inclusive. You've paid your money, and no matter how much you eat or how much you drink or what you do at the resort, that money is never coming back, okay? It's not like if you only have 1 meal a day, only have 2 drinks a day, or if you stay in bed for 2 days, you're gonna get refunded half of your trip back. Doesn't work that way. So what I try to do is see as much as possible, do as much as possible, eat as much as possible, and get the most from my money. I try to get the most value out of it because I know that money is never coming back. That is probably the wrong way to do it. I know a lot of people look at all-inclusives like that, but I think maybe a smarter way to take a look at it is, hey look, you paid your money, that's a sunk cost, that's never coming back. It doesn't matter if you drink 20 drinks, 10 drinks, 2 drinks. Doesn't matter if you eat 6 meals a day, 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day. Doesn't matter if you stay in bed for a day or 2, because that money is never coming back. You should vacation on what makes you, or by what makes you the happiest. I think that's probably the more rational way to look at it. I think it's probably the more philosophical and smarter way to look at it, but it's so hard because you've paid your money up front and you want to maximize it. So I actually adhered to the first mindset where I tried to get the most out of the hotel as possible. And what that actually ends up doing is it gives you like short bursts. It gives you like a huge jolt of fun, but after linking these hotels, 4 days, 4 days, 4 days, 4 days, new hotel, new hotel, new hotel, I don't have any time to recuperate. And if you try to get the most out of every hotel, eventually you're gonna get burned out. So instead of trying to do as much as possible, I should do as much as reasonable. Just like I would if I was paying money out of pocket. If I was in Vegas or Miami or any other place that wasn't all-inclusive, would I be up at 8 o'clock in the morning going to every single pool? Would I eat every single meal possible? Would I drink and eat as much as I am right now? No, I wouldn't. So I think it's really important to find balance at these all-inclusives. So who would have ever thought I'd be talking about sunk cost on a travel channel, but here we go. I'm kind of crestfallen a little bit. I really wanted to show this property to you. Again, I booked this room specifically for the channel, but sometimes you have to know when to fold a hand. Sometimes you have to know when to sell a stock. If you don't know when to fold a poker hand, you're not a poker player for very long. And when you don't know how to sell a stock, you certainly don't make any money. So I'm gonna hit this power button, hit that bed, hopefully at some time get a chance to enjoy that swim up pool. But I need to recharge these batteries and hopefully salvage what's left of this trip.